Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm your host, Kel Golden, and this is Broken Controller. Welcome to episode 2 of the show, where we will get to ride the 2015 Hypetrain. But before we get into that, I really want to send out sincere thanks to all of our followers for all the support we've gotten since the release of our first episode. I've gotten seriously so much positive feedback from people that we can now call fans of the show. All this support is really very encouraging to hear, and it really makes us want to continue doing this and to continue to improve the show as much as we can. So if you guys have any suggestions for the show, or you just want to give us a shout out or just shout at us, leave us a comment on our YouTube page or on our Facebook page. You can find the link down below in the description, or you can just type in facebook.com/Broken Controller Podcast. On to business, I'd like to welcome back the crew from last week's show. We have Mr. Curtis Dash. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Thanks for having me back.
No problem. And we got Matthew Atkins.
All right.
Hey, girl. And last and definitely least, we have Eric Miracle.
Hello.
How you doing, guys?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. Ready to
Good.
talk.
All right, well, last week we went over the worst parts of 2014, talking about the state of pre-orders. We talked about Christmas Day DDoS attacks and the letdown of many different AAA games. So if you listened to the show last week, I told you guys that we'd be talking about, what were we going to talk about this week? The competitive gaming scene and like Twitch, all that kind of stuff. But we were also going to talk about like what we like best about 2014. But I said, fuck that. I don't want to do that anymore. We changed our minds. We're going to go a different route. So this week we looked up and forward to 2015 with the games we are most looking forward to that are hopefully going to be coming out this year. First, however, I'd like to start a new segment that I like to call Broken News. This is where we're going to bring you all of last week's worth news from the gaming industry. Since we only put out a show once a week, though, we'll try to be as relevant as we can about the different happenings. So, some of the happenings that are happening this week. The announcement of the Borderlands Handsome Collection. Did you guys hear about that?
Yep.
Yes.
Don't care.
Yep.
Don't care? Nobody cares?
Don't care.
It's...
I'm not huge on Borderlands anymore.
Borderlands
Alex
2.
ruined it for me.
I love Borderlands 2. I didn't even get to play the pre-sequel. But Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel are both getting re-released for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. It's going to include all the DLC for both games, including the Season Pass for the pre-sequel. And not only is it just going to come in a $60 package, but the Collector's Edition, $400. $400 for this thing. But it comes with a remote control claptrap. That looks badass. Only 5,000 were made. I don't know. Did you guys get that?
No.
Well, at least there's
Absolutely.
some exclusivity to it, but no.
That's like a month's rent.
Well, the game releases on March 24th for the people who are interested in it. And if anybody was paying attention to PAX this week, Borderlands 3 was announced. Randy Pitchford let out a teaser trailer, and hopefully we'll get to talk about more about that next week when we get some more information on it. Also, for PlayStation Plus subscribers, the 10% voucher that you got for the DDoS attacks for Christmas is available this weekend only from 9 a.m. today, local time, until January 26th, 9 a.m. local time. 10% off to everything in your cart, so stock up. Last but not least, gamers everywhere rejoice with the new news from Bethesda this week. ZeniMax Online announced that not only a release date for the Elder Scrolls Online for the Xbox One and PS4, PlayStation 4, scheduled for a June 9th release, but it is also going to be buy to play. Buy the game for $60, just like Guild Wars, and you're good to go. You can pay a subscription if you want. If not, then just play the game. It's all good. I wish that that's what they would have done in the first place when, the game came out on PC, but whatever. And with that, on to the piece of carrots of the show. Gentlemen, ready to talk about our games today?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. Like I said,
Yes.
we'll be talking about our most anticipated games that'll be releasing in 2015. So what we did was have every member of the cast pick the top 3 games they're excited for the most for this year. And hopefully we'll get to see these games this year. And Curtis, what's your number 3 game? Starting from the bottom to your most excited game. What do you got?
My third game that I'm definitely looking forward to in 2015 is Grand Theft Auto 5, obviously on the PC. Definitely looking forward to getting into that realm.
I am too. But I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to wait for the price drop to come down because I know I'm not the only person out there that has bought this game for both last gen and new gen. But I really want Grand Theft Auto 5 mods.
And that's like I understand that, but as somebody who hasn't, for example,
Right.
I did have it on the 360.
Yeah.
And I never obviously upgraded the game itself. So I'm really looking forward to being able to play it on the PC and having a lot of fun with, like you're saying, the mods are huge. I so looking forward to that.
That's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to for that game in particular. The mods.
Oh, definitely.
It's just I know Rockstar has been taking a lot of heat because they've delayed the game for PC twice.
Yeah, I think twice.
Yeah, twice.
Well, as I understand it, that's for like bug fixes and things like that to make it a smoother experience. And I'm fine with delays for that particular reason.
Right.
Rather than put out something that's garbage.
Right, and that's completely understandable, but they're still taking heat nonetheless from just impatient people that just, they don't care why Rockstar is delaying the game. They don't understand, or maybe they do understand, they just don't care. I think
they've actually come out and said that that's why they're delaying is because it's not ready for prime time yet, and people are just getting uppity about it.
Rockstar doesn't want another GTA 4 on their hands.
Yeah.
Well, PC GTA 4 anyway. That game is still, it's still kind of unplayable.
Yeah,
but
I'd rather them make it good than release it.
All right, what's number 2 on your list, Curtis?
All right, so number 2, I had to think about this one for a little bit. My number 2 game, originally I had these reversed, but my number 2 game is Evolve. I can't be the only one here that is excited for Evolve. Basically, the premise is it's basically like Left 4 Dead, more or less, like multiplayer. But the concept of it just looks so good. The concept of it seems like it's going to be a ton of fun, but it just looks so cool.
It does. It does. And I was actually lucky enough to get into the closed PC beta like a year ago now.
Son of a bitch.
Was it really that long ago?
Well, they're doing an open beta on the one, anywho.
Yeah, so I was in a super early version of the beta. Actually, I was also in it last weekend. No.
Yeah, I thought there was an NDA.
I was in the one from last weekend, or maybe it was 2 weekends ago. But the one we just had this month on the PC, I was in that one as well. I didn't get a chance to play very much of that, and by very much of that, I didn't play it at all this time. I just didn't have time. But what I did play in the beta last year, I really liked. It was a super early build of the game, and there wasn't a whole lot of content in it, but I had a lot of fun with it. That just makes me even more excited to wonder what it's going to be like when there's even more content. But did you hear about was it like a $15 price point for DLC monsters in that game?
I did, but that doesn't really dissuade me considering we pay about that now for almost the same amount of content. It's not like it used to be 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I don't buy it.
Yeah, I just know Turtle Rock was they posted up on their Twitter about it, just talking about how they don't want fans to take it the wrong way, that they're not trying to milk us for the money or anything like that. People were like, well, don't treat us like that's what you're doing then. Don't do anything that we would be able to misconstrue as, you trying to get us for all of our money, because I think a monster for $15 is...
Oh, it's pricey.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
If you've already got the thing built, put it in the game.
Yeah, they made this whole statement about that these things weren't ready yet. They were like working on them, and they weren't going to be ready by the time they released the game or whatever, but they still released this whole like DLC path that they planned on taking or whatever for what they were going to release and when they were going to release it, and stuff that wasn't done and stuff that would be, ready. It's ridiculous. And it seems to me from what I saw of it that it was just like them trying to milk people for money.
Well,
yeah, that's exactly what it seems like.
And this leads to a point that Matthew said something about back in the Saddlecast. We've even talked about this. That's just the state of gaming now.
Yeah, but
that's sad.
Sad.
Yeah, I hate that. I don't want to. If your game's not out yet, I don't want to hear a damn thing about your DLC.
Yeah.
Because that just pisses me off that you're working on it. It could be in the game, but then people say, well, they're already done making the game, and then when they finish making the game, they make the DLC. Okay, I get that, but why not, just delay the game a few weeks or a month and then put all that content in there? Yeah, that's what we would have done 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
I would rather them do like something to where like they release the game and then like they let it stew in its juices for a little while, and then they come back to it and decide we want to make something to make this people keep playing this because play is kind of slowed down. So let's think of some ideas to add to this game that would kind of add to its playability, and then do that.
Right, because, if a game that I have long stopped playing comes out with paid DLC, that is not the first thing I think of. Is, hey, I haven't played this game in 6 months. I'm going to pay more money to play it, and it says I already own it. No,
yeah, exactly.
Come out with some free content. Go World of Warcraft style, and to a lesser extent Grand Theft Auto 5 style. They come out with these big content patches. Grand Theft Auto not as big as World of Warcraft, obviously, but they still come out. With they got like new cars you can buy. With in-game money. The new multiplayer modes, that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. We'll see where that goes. We might talk about that in a future show sometime. I'd like to really rant off about DLC packs.
I think we would all agree about all that, though.
Yeah, I don't think there would be any.
I think everybody hates it. All right, so Curtis, what is your number one most anticipated game for 2015?
All right. So I thought about this, and it was something. It was kind of difficult to come up with at first because I could really only think of GTA 5 and Evolve. Those were really the only two, and I was kind of struggling because I didn't much care for, Battlefield Hardline. Like I wasn't that. It's another big title that's coming out this year. It was that kind of stuff. And then I remember watching a very, very beautiful trailer for a very, very beautiful Square Enix game called Final Fantasy 15. I was not prepared to be excited about that game until I watched that trailer, and oh my sweet Jesus, what a beautiful and what an awesome looking experience. I was jaw dropped. I could not stop watching the demo. So good. And
I completely
comes out this year.
agree with you. Yeah, that's one thing I was going to say. I don't really know if this is a 2015, or like if anybody said. I know the Final Fantasy Type 0 HD remake is coming out this year, but I don't know about Final Fantasy 15. I know PS4 is also getting the Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 remake.
Right.
Yeah.
I am with you though. I really, really hope we get Final Fantasy 15 this year.
But
I don't know if I show my breath or not.
It was hard to think about anything. Like, it was hard to think about any other games, and I just remember, we'll know more about it at E3, I'm imagining.
Yeah. Because we don't have any games with a solid release date that are going to come out past, I think, June. I think Batman Arkham Knight is the latest game out there that we have with an actual confirmed release date. And, with E3, we always get the games that are announced that'll be out this fall. So hopefully Final Fantasy 15 is one of those games, because I'm right there with you. Super excited for that.
Super stoked.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about the combat style though? Because it's switching to real time. It's just like a Type 0 HD
and whatnot. I am a traditionalist when it comes to an RPGs at like the active time battle or the turn based. I love that stuff. So it's hard to to jump to that. But once you do, you fall in love with it. I didn't mind it in 12. I'm gonna have my preferences, but I'm gonna get over it because the way this game drew me in just from a trailer, that's hard to do lately. It's so hard to do. And I saw that and I wasn't like, oh, this is going to be a bummer. I was like, well, screw it. I may as well get used to it. Because it seems to be the route everybody's going.
Yeah, I know what you mean too. You see such a beautifully well-made trailer and you want to get sucked into it, but in the back of your mind you're just thinking, man, these have got to be pre-rendered graphics. There's just no way. It's not going to be this good. None of this actually happens in the game.
Right.
And so it's nice to see when developers actually put out real in-game demos or in-game footage and that kind of stuff instead of just a pretty trailer.
It's just an outstandingly well put together trailer. I cannot. If anybody listening has not watched that trailer, please give yourself some time. Sit down and watch it. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
If you guys are interested in any of these games at all, you haven't seen the trailers yet, we put links down below in the description. You can click on them, check them out. We'll also have the links up on our Facebook page. You can go there, check them out, and see for yourself. I mean, because Curtis is right. The Final Fantasy trailer is just beautiful, and I'm super excited. I haven't been this excited for a Final Fantasy game in a long time. So
I really hope this one's good, because the last one I really enjoyed was 10. So
yeah,
12 was nice, but 10 was probably the last one that I had enjoyed as well. So
yeah, that being said, I'm super excited for the 10 and 10-2 HD remake on PS4. It's going to look beautiful. I mean, I really hope that the combat system in 15 is similar to Final Fantasy 14 Online, Realm Reborn. Because I liked that one. I like that. I like the combat system in it. It was good. Matt, man, what do you look forward to this year?
So my third game, and I ended up splitting this one for the same reason. I like Mortal Kombat that's coming out this year. I think it's 10. And then I also want to see what NBA 2K16 looks like. Mm-hmm. And the same reason for both of them, in that I usually check out of these series. I get one that I check out for like 4 to 5 years. So I bought NBA Live 07, and then I got 2K11. So now it's about time where I get a basketball game again.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a huge upgrade.
Or go for a Mortal Kombat. I was playing Injustice recently, and I really do enjoy fighters. And the last fighter I bought before Injustice on the Steam sale this year was Soul Calibur 4, and I didn't even get that. Curtis got it for me as a gift. So.
Soul Calibur 4. That was the one with like Yoda and Darth Vader.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Link. Yeah.
No. Link was Soul Calibur 3, wasn't it?
Oh.
GameCube.
Yeah.
Because there was Link, Spawn, and then the old guy, Tekken.
Oh yeah, the old guy.
Hayabusa, or what's her name?
I can't remember it.
The old
And,
guys.
yeah, that was GameCube, Xbox, and PS2, and I don't think there was because that last gen was the Wii. So it was just 360 PS3. We had Yoda on Xbox and Vader on the PS3, and I liked that one. I remember being super excited for that one when it came out.
I haven't been excited about a fighter in a while, and I think that's,
neither do I.
now don't get me wrong, before, Injustice would be the last game the last fighting game that I was excited for. Injustice is a dang good game.
Yeah, it is. I like that game. PS4 owners should have got it maybe 2 months ago for free. It was just on the Steam sale for like $5 for the collector's edition, not collector's edition, like Game of the Year edition, whatever. And I finally got to play it and go through the story, and I loved it. I thought it was great.
It was very, very, very well done.
Yeah, it was just impossible to play with the 360 controller if you don't have the new D-pad, the revolving one. It's impossible.
I never really got into fighters that much. The last real fighter I played that I liked was probably like Mortal Kombat 2 or 3.
What's the second game on the list, Matt?
So my second game on the list, and this is probably a little preemptive for me, is the new Dark Souls that's coming out. I'm pretty new to the franchise, so I probably have that rose-colored glasses when it comes to this. But
so I'm assuming you're meaning the Dark Souls 2 remake.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that what it is? It's a remake?
Yeah.
Are they gonna make it playable on PC without a controller?
I don't think it's getting another re-release on PC because it's just a remastered version. It's gonna come with all the DLC and stuff from the.
Oh yeah, okay. Scholar of the First Sin or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, another game that didn't even come out a year ago, and we're already getting re-release of it.
Yeah.
Another one of those.
HD remake.
Matt, what's your most top game for 2015?
I think this one caught me by surprise if it comes out, but it'll be Star Wars Battlefront.
Nice.
I bought Battlefront 2 for the PC on the last Steam sale. I just love playing that game. It's so much fun.
Wait, you have Battlefront 2 on PC?
I believe so.
Oh, nice. So do I. We'll have to play.
Aren't the servers gone now?
Yeah, but you can still do I believe private matches.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, people can host their own servers, can't they?
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
I don't quote me on that. I don't know. I haven't played it in a while because last time I played, the GameSpy servers were still up.
Yeah.
So, but I'm pretty sure people.
Yeah, all the games that I want to play that are all the old Star Wars games, all the servers are gone, like Battlefront and Jedi Knight 2 and all that.
Well, Jedi Outcast, I think, is one of them. It's actually, God, it was a decent following on Twitch the other day.
Oh, really?
I was like, why? What are you people doing?
Because it's amazing. That game is so awesome. The multiplayer in that game is just so fun.
I just never got into it.
And Outcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I haven't played that. I haven't played that since I had a Windows 98 computer.
I played. Yeah. I think I had Windows ME when I played that last.
Wow, you actually bought ME? That's like somebody buying Vista.
I didn't buy it. My dad bought it on like a friggin' Dell computer.
You guys be quiet. I'm using Bing to Google what you're.
Poor Bing. The only reason people even use Bing is to search for Google.
That's what I'm doing.
First, you get a brand new computer. Open up Internet Explorer. Open up Bing to get to Google to search for Chrome.
Yep.
That's all needs to be cut out.
Did you hear about the Windows 10? They're actually getting rid of Windows Explorer, Internet Explorer.
Spartan.
I think it's just codenamed Spartan.
Yeah,
I really hope they keep that. I really hope.
Well, Cortana was codenamed Cortana too, so let's see.
Yeah, so I think we got a pretty good chance of the new web browser being called Spartan. I think I might use it just because of that fact.
Well, it's supposed to be actually
where Bungie
good.
never sold out.
Yeah.
World where Microsoft doesn't have all this lame fucking marketing.
All right, Eric, you want to go next?
Sure. So
You have 4 games on this list.
I do, but I was trying to go for like a not having the same ones as everybody else, so that we could cover a wider gamut of games. So pretty much all the ones that you guys have already mentioned, I'm also looking forward to. But I think I'm going to go take a different route here and go with the ones that nobody's mentioned yet. Battleborn is something I'm looking forward to, and I don't know if it's going to be anything that's going to be good or not, but it looks like it's going to be awesome. And for anybody who doesn't know, it's Blizzard's new like MMO, MOBA, whatever you want to call it, first-person shooter type thing, and it looks really cool. So I'm pretty excited for that one.
Now, is it an MMO? Or is it an MOBA?
Yeah, It looks like it looks like a shooter, like Team Fortress, but in the descriptions that I've seen for it, they call it a MOBA, and I don't know if that's just them trying to ride that hype train, or if it's just they don't know what to call it.
Looks interesting. I actually haven't heard of this one yet. is supposed to be coming out this year?
I think so. If I don't think it's got a technical release date yet, but it's on. Yeah, it's not got a release date yet, but it's supposed to be this year.
All right. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Well, I guess I'll watch the video when I put all the links up for the one out. Because I don't know anything about it.
It looks pretty cool.
Have you guys heard about it, Curtis, Matt?
I have never heard about it.
Yeah, I'll have to check it up then. I'm always super interested to check out the games that I haven't heard of versus the games that are getting shoved down my throat all the time.
Yeah, see, that's why I always look for stuff that's a little bit different and try and enjoy those and see if they're any good. And
plus it's Blizzard, but then Blizzard, I mean, it could either be amazing as soon as it comes out, or it's gonna be crap, and then we have to wait 3 months for them to put a patch out to make it.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, at least we know we'll get a quality game.
Well, all the footage I've seen of it looks really, really cool. So hopefully it'll be good, but you never know. So,
what's number 3 then on your list?
Well, I've got GTA 5 there, but since we already talked about that, I wanted to talk about There Came an Echo, and that's it's like an RTS type of game, like what's the game? I can't think of the name of the game now. Shadowrun, kind of like like Shadowrun, and it's got Will Wheaton in it, and I thought that was
Wheaton.
Yeah, Wheaton. Yeah, so it just looks cool. The video it's a little vague on what it actually is, but it looks a lot like Shadowrun. So it's interesting looking. So I might give that one a shot, depending on when more game footage is released.
Yeah, 'cause I really like Shadowrun. I mean, I know it didn't get a whole lot of good press, and
no,
actually, I think have a ridiculous following in terms of a cult following.
Well, the awesome thing about it is you can make your own scenario and slap it up there, and then you can play that, and it's somebody else's game or whatever. It's a very ad hoc sort of game. You can just throw things up there.
What is with you in these games that nobody's ever heard of?
I don't know.
Or is it just me?
Maybe. I don't know.
This one either.
Okay. All right. Eric, what's your number 2 game?
Okay, number 2 was Evolve, and then Curtis stole it from me, so I decided to go with the one. No, that's cool. Like I said, I wanted to cover things that hadn't been talked about. So this one's more of a rumor, and I'm not really sure that it's actually going to happen. We'll find out when the new Call of Duty is released in May. It's World at War II, and I'm not sure that that's what they're going to be releasing. It's more than likely it'll be on Black Ops 3, but I would rather it be World at War II, and I hope that that's what's going to happen. There's been a lot of speculation and rumors and Photoshop mock-ups of what the cover art is going to look like and things like that, so we'll see.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I wouldn't have expected them to revisit World at War this far down the line.
I hope so, because I'm a huge World War II nerd, and it'll be awesome. There was a tweet released by somebody, like the Microsoft community manager, that was like Morse code and then 2, the Roman numeral for 2 in red on his Twitter.
That was that was actually addressed. They were saying that had nothing to do with Microsoft or anything. Even though, you're right, people did decode that, and it came back like with a time and a date and everything. Even said Microsoft Morse code. Somebody posted that and said that it was a fake.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a fake, but more of a Microsoft employee tweeted that when he wasn't allowed to. It was like an unofficial thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because there's been a lot of rumor and conjecture around it being a World at War sequel, and I hope that's what it is.
It's amazing the amount of people that want that sequel.
Yeah. Well, if it is, I would actually buy a Call of Duty game again. I haven't done that since Black Ops.
Now, doesn't it seem... Think back like a decade. A half decade, maybe a decade. Think back a decade when literally all we were getting was World War II. Why do we want to go back and do that by any chance? Like, that makes no sense to me. That's why I don't understand. And I know, like, it's hard to attack an opinion, like, someone had said before, but it's like, but why?
Right, I had no interest in World of War. I mean, because back then I was still playing Call of Duty because I loved Call of Duty 4. And then World War II came out, and I'm like, really? We're going back to this? You just took us to Modern Warfare, and now you're taking us back to World War II? Are you serious? I'm like, no, I want out, and that kind of started my decline with...
I think for me, it's just I'm a huge World War II nerd, so I really like that era. And
definitely, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's just no more stories. The only game that can pull off a World War II game anymore is Wolfenstein, and that's just because we have zombie Hitler to go kill, and monsters and shit.
Well, I will agree that it is a little played out, but you never know. They could do something nice with it and make it interesting, and because World at War was really good, and I liked it a lot, despite its I guess it had a little bit of some weird, I wouldn't say glitches, but gameplay weirdness going on that I think you and I were talking about this before the podcast, Kale.
Yeah, we were. See, I just don't understand. Not that I understand. It's just I don't know how that would work, especially with we have Advanced Warfare now, or Warfighter. I don't know what the hell it's called. I don't play Call of Duty. Advanced new Call of Duty this year. We have like all these different power-ups and all the packs and superpowers, and I don't know, I've watched a couple of friends play it, and you're not going to be able to incorporate that into a World War II game. It's like you would think people would get bored with that now that they have all these new bells and whistles on the Call of Duties, and then going back to their, single bolt action, sniper rifles with no scope on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could do it a little bit, but I mean, it's not going to be, it's definitely not going to be like Modern Warfare 3 Advanced Warfighter 7 or whatever they're doing now. So you're not going to have, holographic sights and laser scopes and all this crazy crap. But I mean, there's something to be said for simplicity, and I think that World at War really pulled off that run and gun shooter and making it still a little bit hard and not having, all that crazy shit that the other ones do.
Yeah. All right. What is your most anticipated game for 2015?
I'm really, really excited for Rainbow Six Siege. And
yes.
Because it's gonna be, I guess it's not really a new take on shooters, but it's more co-op based, like Mass Effect 3, their multiplayer was you really had to work together to achieve your goals. And that's what Rainbow Six Siege seems like it's going to be for me. And I hope that that's the case, because if it is, I will start playing a lot more shooters.
Yes, I love the hell out of Rainbow Six. Actually, the last Rainbow Six game I played was Rainbow Six 3 on the original Xbox. When Xbox Live had just come out, they just released it. It was like one of the very first online games I'd ever played, and it was the coolest thing in the world because you could wear the Xbox Live headset and you could command him to kick the door open or throw a flashbang in or breach and clear, and that was the first time I've ever played a game with voice commands, and I thought that was just the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That was definitely the last one I played too.
Yeah, well, I don't think there was a Rainbow Six 3 last game, was there?
Yeah, they had Vegas.
Oh, that's right. Vegas was never mind. Vegas was the last one I played.
Vegas was the last one I played, but Rainbow Six was good though. Rainbow Six was still good, just not as good. But yeah, I agree with you. I remember when we both had that for the Xbox. You got it, I think, a week before I did, because you convinced me, and I remember watching you play it, and just open flash and clear. So cool. Just so ridiculously cool.
Yeah.
Now it's like, whatever. But back
it's like
now we have a little bit.
Now we have things like Connect, where it's like,
I throw the grenade. Like,
why don't I just press the button? It's quicker and easier. But back then, it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I forgot all about Vegas. Man, that was like 2005, 2006?
Yeah, 2006 or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
I didn't play too much of it. I didn't, and that was back before, we had first-person controllers, or first-person shooter controllers that were, universal. Now, your first-person controllers are always the same layout scheme. Back then, it was totally different. Yeah. Can. Well, for me, my number 3, Batman Arkham Knight. I am super excited for this game because we actually get to go into Gotham. And it's not going to be like Arkham Origins where, technically it was Gotham. No, it fucking wasn't. It was just the Arkham City map without a wall around it and called it Gotham City. That's all it was. It was crap. Get to drive the Batmobile in this one. So excited. And it just looks amazing. I'm excited. I just hope they don't bring back the Joker.
I don't know. Nobody thinks this is a little over, because isn't this a prequel?
No,
it's going to be a sequel.
It's
sequel
a sequel
to Arkham City. Arkham Origins was a prequel to
Arkham Origins. Yeah, I forgot about Arkham. Okay.
Yeah, Origins was awful. It wasn't even done by Rocksteady.
So because the Batman games were they were done, Batman done right, and
yes,
we were talking about that before. I think you'd mentioned another game that we were wanting to see, a superhero game, like an Arrow game. Remember we were talking about Arrow?
Yes.
It'd be so cool if they used the Batman, if they had Rocksteady do something for that, because that was just so cool.
Yeah, I would love to, be able to play as Stephen Amell.
Oh my
run
gosh.
around and just, as long as they have a level.
Failed the city. That's the only way.
And he can't have his shirt on either. He's got to have his shirt off.
Anyway.
What the hell?
Stephen Amell, man, dude, have you seen him? He grabs that bar and he does that thing where he
Salmon Ladder.
Yeah, Sam.
Are you talking about the guy? Are you talking about the guy that plays the Green Arrow in the show?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know what his name was.
Yeah, Sexy McHotfuck is what his name is. I don't care.
He is a pretty man.
My number 2 on the list is Silent Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after I had the piss scared right out of me from playing the PT demo, I cannot wait to play the full version of that game. But I'm wondering, is it going to be a first person like the demo was, or is it going to be?
I don't think so because Norman Reedus is going to be in it.
That's true.
No, because you played as Norman Reedus in that awful Walking Dead game.
No, but Norman Reedus. So why would they make it first person? Then you can't see their awesome actor that they got playing, you know?
Yeah, is the character gonna look like him?
Yeah, that's what's going to be happening.
And everything.
Yeah.
I had no idea who Normus Reedus was.
That is his name from now on.
I had no idea who that guy was when they first announced PT. Like, it showed, what was it, at E3?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and it showed the crowd and everybody, like, going nuts and everything, and I'm like, who is this guy? I actually had to Google it because I don't like Walking Dead.
Yeah, I
Boondock
don't
Saints.
care for it anymore.
I don't like Boondock Saints either. I know.
Everybody likes the Boondock Saints.
That comment right there is going to cost us like all.
The other half of our audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You killed the first half with the Walking Dead, and now nobody's listening after that one.
I don't like them. My number 1 most anticipated game, Star Wars Battlefront. So I definitely have to agree with Matt on that one because I can't wait to play that game.
I can't either.
This is the game that we've been waiting for since we were all kids. Because Battlefront 2 came out, and it was an original Xbox PS2 game, so It was like, I don't even know.
2002 maybe?
3?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
2004? I don't know, but I'm excited for that one.
Hopefully they make it a little more like Battlefield.
I'm sure they were. Since it is DICE that's making it, after all.
Yeah.
And since it's DICE making it, we know it's going to be beautiful as all hell. It's going to look so nice and pretty.
Yeah.
So, there you guys have it.
Playable for the first
Our
week.
most anticipated games of 2015. But before we go, we kind of want to go over one more thing. What is the one game that you want to see? It's doesn't necessarily have to be anything that's been announced or anything. It just, what is the one game that you would love to see a sequel for?
Originally this game was supposed to be a trilogy, and they did some comics and stuff for it, but Advent Rising, I really wish they would finish that whole
maybe
thing.
this time they'll actually give away the $1 million.
Yeah.
Or they'll make the game playable so people will want a second one. And
the
not
game
cheat
wasn't
and all.
bad, okay? It had its flaws.
It did.
But it wasn't bad.
I had a lot of fun with the game.
I did too. It reminded me a lot of Halo, and I'm not sure if it came out before Halo or not, but it reminded me a lot of Halo, like as far as the gameplay and the style of the game and the vehicles and things like that.
Yeah, so whatever happened with that contest? All right, for those of you that don't know, back in the original Xbox, Advent Rising was a game that came out. I believe it was a Xbox exclusive. It might have been on PC.
But it was on PC.
Was it? Okay, so it was on PC and Xbox. They were running a contest where, I can't remember exactly what the contest was. All I know is that it was, you could win $1 million.
Yeah, I remember that too, and I forget what it was about.
And they backed out and didn't pay anybody, and there was a huge uproar about it and whatnot, and they kind of just went away. But man, I don't even remember who made that.
Majesco, that's
right. I don't think they made a game since then. I don't know. Maybe someday somebody will pick up the reins to that, get the rights to it, and make one. But I would not hold my breath for that one. Matt.
Well, I think this one has a good chance of getting a release, but I would like to see either a Rock Band or a new Guitar Hero. And I know that the market's saturated with them, but I think we're ready for a next-gen version, given a few crucial things. You have to be able to be backwards compatible with all existing plastic instruments, because nobody needs another set of that going around.
Right. Now,
and they need to really mainstream or not mainstream. They either need, if they're going to do Guitar Hero, I'd like to see it just guitar, and I would like to see it something maybe new come to it. Kind of like how with bass they did the open strum or something, but
yeah,
I don't know. They have to do something really nice. I really like the greatest hits idea. Maybe if they could do something similar to that. And I would also like to see all the DLC come forward with it as well. Like, it has to really be like an add-on.
I wonder if that would be too hard to do. If they did bring out a new Rock Band, be able to migrate all of the music.
Yeah, I know they're having some licensing issues where they have to renew them or drop them or something like that, and I don't know exactly how that's going.
Yeah, I think they would have to, they might have to renew licenses for all the songs that they're using, but that might be about it. I don't know if they have the capital to make that happen or not.
Not anymore. Maybe back in the day when music games were all the craze. I mean, they might have, but I don't know now. I mean, because releasing a music game now, I think would be a huge risk.
Yeah,
it would be. I don't think we're ready for it yet. At least I'm ready for it.
Did you see that? Oh, I'm definitely ready too. I want one. I know a bunch of friends that are.
I think with Rocksmith coming out, that's going to tide the hardcore people over.
Right, but
we're ready for another party style game.
There are more casuals when it comes to music games than there are hardcore. Because yeah, Rocksmith is an awesome game, but like Eric said earlier before we started the show, you're going to have an easier time finding people to play with Rock Band instruments than you are to play with real guitars. I mean, it's more of a party game and it's a lot more fun. But I would definitely like to see it. Did you see that Harmonix actually put out a survey?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like 2 weeks ago they put out a survey, asking people what they would like to see in a new Rock Band. Do you want new instruments? Would you buy a whole complete set? Would you just buy it with the guitar? Do you want backwards compatibility? And all that.
I think they should. I like the simpler version of it. I liked it before they had the dual bass and these tricked out drum kits. I would just like to see a very bass party game style. That's the most fun. That's really what this game's all about.
I don't know. See, me being a drummer though, I like the bigger.
Maybe they'll do a drumsmith.
Drumsmith.
God, yes.
Definitely go ahead and cash in on that.
You can have that idea.
Now, you wrote on the list. You wrote Chia Pets, and I really, really thought that's what you were gonna say. That's why I started laughing before.
I don't think there's ever a Chia Pets game, although.
I'm sure they're
developers.
Maybe I'll make a mobile app game for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of mobile apps, Curtis, guess what I found on the Google Play Store the other day? They brought Goat Simulator to mobile.
Yep, I own it.
Oh yeah, me too. I downloaded it.
Goat on the go.
It. Oh my god, Goat
really
on the
contender
go.
game of the year 2015.
Yep.
It was like 99 cents over Christmas or something like that.
Is it really? See, I had no idea it was out. I was just like scrolling through Facebook and I saw like an ad for it, and I'm like, wait a minute, that just say Android? Oh my god, it did. I went in and downloaded it. This is amazing. What have we done yet? Curtis!
What?
Oh, he loves Goat Simulator so much. It's what he's thinking about now.
Freaking game.
I know what Curtis's game's going to be. It's going to be Goat Simulator 2.
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah.
Goat Simulator MMO.
Goat Simulator Game of the Year 2014. It wasn't in any of the awards. It's like everyone forgot about Goat Simulator. It was the most original game of the year. Best game, hands down, 2014. Drop the mic.
New friends.
You have not played a game until you've played an MMO as a toaster. Microwave. There's a microwave.
Yeah, it's a microwave, yeah.
Okay, Curtis, what game do you want? What is your dream sequel of a game?
It has been like a decade. Gabe Newell.
Oh
Gabe,
god. Here we go.
Oh, Jesus.
Where in sweet Jesus is
Here it
Half-Life
comes.
2 Episode 3? I have so many swear words that I want to say to you. I want it. I want it so bad. It was the game, Half-Life 2 Episode 2 was so good. So Half-Life 2 was so good. Half-Life Episode 1 was so good. Half-Life 1 was so good. Give me the frickin' game already. You were going to give me 3 episodes and then I wanted Half-Life 3. Is it that difficult? No. Quit making Left 4 Dead. Quit making Left 4 Dead 2. Quit making whatever else you're making. Quit doing Steam sales and swimming in your money. Give me Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or Half-Life 3 immediately.
Gaben can't count to 3. Everybody knows that.
Well, he's going to after I smack him 3 times.
Well, they are making
I
Left
am
4 Dead 3,
three
so
pizzas.
he's figuring it out.
Yeah, that's true. He's figured it out finally.
Yeah, Curtis, what do you think about that? We're getting a Left 4 Dead 3 before we're getting Half-Life 3, or Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Somebody did a seance and, sacrificed a goat in his honor or something, which I'm sure has been done. Hopefully they sacrificed the entire game. And then that's what they decided to bargain with. They had one wish. They could have asked for one thing. They were like, oh, they'll just take Left 4 Dead 3. I will find you, and I will end you. Where? Oh my god, I want this game. Anyway, that's my ranting.
That. I should have saved you for last.
Yeah.
You can move them around.
All right. My game that I would love to see a sequel to was actually my game of the year for the year this game came out, and I think it was 2010. Doesn't matter. Loved it so much. I would love to see an Alan Wake 2.
Well, they kind of...
Yeah.
American Horror Story or whatever it was called, American Life or something.
That wasn't really a sequel. That was kind of a... Meanwhile,
Yeah.
type game.
No, I agree with you 100%, Kale. I remember when Alan Wake, we were both so stoked for that game, and the way that everything in that game was done was just done so well.
Yeah, I don't know why that game didn't do any better. I
can't read or something. I don't know.
I can't.
That's probably what it was, because it was too engaging, and you had to think about things.
Right? It was actually a challenge.
It wasn't like Grand Theft Pony.
I mean, it was.
Pony.
I mean, my wife hates video games, and she would sit there and watch me play this game because, I mean, it wasn't so much the gameplay that I loved so much. It was the story and how just
so good.
Amazingly written it was.
Yeah, it's a very engaging game. I loved that game. My favorite guy was the two old guys, the Rockstar old guys.
Yep. Yeah, like the old hippie guys. That's going to be you when you're old, Eric.
I can't wait.
They're lighting off fireworks and
one guy pulled out his eye and everything.
Yeah, that was
such a good game.
It really was. Yeah, and American Horror Story. Yeah, that wasn't a true sequel. That was just a.
Is that what it's called, or is it American Haunting or something like that?
Wait, yeah, American Nightmare.
That's it.
What did I say? American Horror Story?
Yeah, it was American. I called it American Horror Story.
I think I'm thinking of the. You did. Yeah, I think that's the TV show.
Yes,
yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay, which is a good show, but yeah, American Nightmare. Alan Wake's American Nightmare. It was. It wasn't a sequel. It was just kind of a spin-off, because he didn't. If you haven't finished the game, I don't care. The game's been out forever, fan.
Well, yeah.
He didn't escape from the dark world, so he's still in that world and being chased from the darkness, and it's kind of like I said, it's like a Justice League. Meanwhile.
Yeah.
What he's doing in that dark world and just kind of his adventures, and this week on Alan Wake, kind of Doctor Who adventure almost, but it was good. It could have been better. It was very repetitive. You kept like going back in time, and you kept doing the same stuff over and over and over, but except doing something a little bit different each time. I've played Alan Wake all the way through maybe 5 or 6 times. I only played American Nightmare once, if that says anything.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, those are all good games though that I like to see. I mean, Event Rising and except for Curtis's, nobody cares about.
Curtis Dash is disconnected from Skype.
Well, guys, that's all we got for this week. But next week we will definitely finally be talking into the competitive gaming scene, and so I promise we'll be talking about that this time. We won't change it around. And we'll also be talking about Twitch and services like Twitch and how they're really creating an entirely new type of gaming culture, a whole new medium, outlet, if you will. Just bringing everybody together. And you guys remember the Twitch plays Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
It was amazing. I sat in on that when it first started for Pokemon Red, and I've never seen anything like that. I thought it was so much fun. Praise Helix. Wait, is that still a thing?
I don't think
so. Cool for saying that?
Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
Okay. All right. So, guys, please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share the page. Also, you can check us out on our Facebook at the link below, or again, you can visit us facebook.com/Broken Controller Podcast. Alternatively, you can also shoot us an email at brkncontroller@gmail.com. Let us know what you think and what you want to hear. We're always looking for more input, so thanks so much for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
CELEA.